The Cold War is often portrayed as a clash between two united blocs, each vying for ideological dominance. However, this perceived unity wasn't absolute, and both sides had internal differences. In the case of the West, France stood out as an independent actor, and its decision to withdraw from NATO's integrated military command in 1966, during the peak of the Cold War, exemplifies this independence. This raises an important question. Why did France take this step? First, it's important to clarify that France did not leave NATO entirely. It remained a member of the alliance and committed to defending NATO countries in case of war. However, it withdrew from NATO's integrated military command structure, which was responsible for coordinating military operations among member states. This structure was led by the Supreme Allied Commander Europe, a position that, in practice, has always been held by an American officer. The second-in-command, the Deputy Supreme Allied Commander Europe, was typically a British officer. This arrangement frustrated French President Charles de Gaulle, who believed that France deserved a more significant role in NATO's leadership. He felt it was unjust that French officers were consistently excluded from top positions. In 1966, de Gaulle took action by withdrawing France's forces from NATO's integrated command. His reasons were twofold: national pride and strategic independence. De Gaulle wanted France to maintain full control over its military decisions, particularly regarding its growing nuclear arsenal. He worried that relying on NATO for military planning would make France dependent on other nations, especially the United States and Britain. To preserve its independence, France pursued its own nuclear strategy and refused to participate in joint planning with NATO allies. Furthermore, France's military leadership sought complete autonomy in terms of operations, policies, and equipment procurement. There were also concerns about placing French troops under the command of foreign officers, and how those troops might be used in conflicts. These concerns weren't new. France had already withdrawn its navy from NATO's integrated command in the 1950s for similar reasons. France's withdrawal led to a diplomatic dispute with the United States. De Gaulle ordered all foreign troops to leave French soil, prompting President Lyndon B. Johnson to sarcastically ask, "Does that include those buried in the cemeteries too?" A reference to the American soldiers buried in France from World War I and II. France also banned the storage of American nuclear weapons on its territory. Despite the international controversy, de Gaulle's move was highly popular within France, and no subsequent French leader reversed this decision for decades. However, it's worth noting that France's withdrawal from NATO's command structure didn't mean it abandoned the alliance entirely. De Gaulle signed a secret agreement with the United States, promising that France would fully cooperate and rejoin NATO's command if the Soviet Union ever launched an invasion. While France's actions angered many NATO members, the United States responded pragmatically. American officials believed NATO could function without France and assumed it would return within a few years. However, this prediction proved overly optimistic, as France didn't rejoin NATO's integrated military command until 2009, over 40 years later.